Dropbase is an AI-based app builder. In this demo, I'll build a HubSpot context editor that fetches data from HubSpot and lets me edit it in a spreadsheet interface in Dropbase. I can then save those edits back to HubSpot. On the screen, you can see there's the Dropbase Studio, and then there's a little bit of the HubSpot contacts tab here. So I'll keep this in context so we can verify later that the contacts have been updated. To start building the app, hit Command K. I've already prepared the prompt here. And so that the first line, it gets all contacts from HubSpot and puts it in table 1. And specifically, we're looking for the ID, first name, last name, and email columns. And then there's going to be a button in Studio where once you click on that button, it will take all the edits made on that spreadsheet and then make a call to HubSpot to save those edits. Let's generate code and see how this looks like. Okay, great. So we have main and functions. Main contains all the component declarations. In this case, we have a table and a button. And functions contains all the logic, behavior, data fetching, and talking to APIs. So in this case, there's a function for getting all contacts and then parsing out just the columns that we need and putting it into table 1. And we have a save edits function that basically takes any edits in the edits object and then sends it to the HubSpot API to make updates. So this looks great. So I'm going to approve changes. And here you have the UI. You can move things around. So for example, you can move this button to the right, make it slightly smaller. And we can make the table a little bit bigger so we can see all of our changes. So that's it. I'm going to hit preview. Okay, so I have all my data here. And so I can start editing. So this Brian Halligan, I can start editing his last name, removing all these sample contact stuff. And here, let me rename this to Jimmy@dropbase.io. So I've made 2 changes, one for Brian and one for Maria. And then I can click on Save Edit. So now let's look in HubSpot and let's look for Brian. And there's Brian. And there, let's look for Maria. There's Maria. And Maria's email is Jimmy. And we can change it once again for Maria. Let's call it back to Maria. And then save edits. And we should see it update in HubSpot after we do a page refresh. Boom, that's back to Maria. So that's it. That's how you can build a simple context editor for your HubSpot data.